Nestled in the center of Switzerland, the international region of Interlaken covers the area between the charming city of Brienz and the tempting town of Thun, directly below the majestic mountain Jungfrau.
The name Interlaken comes from the Latin name of Interlacus, which means between the lakes. The two lakes are called, one on the east side of Interlaken is Lake Brienz, which is a smaragd pale mountain lake with a very special color. And in the west lays Lake Thun, which is a very blue sapphire color and a large water activity lake in Switzerland.
While the local language is German, English is widely spoken in this alpine region. And over the years, Interlaken has become affectionately known as Switzerland in a nutshell.
If you want to experience Switzerland and in a calm and even at the same time an interesting and lively place, Interlaken's the place to go.
Okay, so let's go. Oh wait, how do you travel to Interlaken? Well, it's easy.
You can visit Interlaken either with a private car, which you can rent, or with public transportation, where you have what's called the Swiss Pass, which gives you free access to all public transportation in Switzerland within the towns, with ships, boats, trains, buses, the whole Switzerland in one pass.
And once you arrive in Interlaken, the region offers a range of accommodations for any and all budget levels.
We have world-leading hotels like the Victoria Jungfrau, which is one of the best hotels in Switzerland, specifically known for its spa, which is top-notch in Switzerland and the world. You find a whole host of 4-star hotels, 3-star hotels, small chalet-type hotels to modern or hotels in a type of, let's say, a Holiday Inn. You would find everything in Interlaken.
And for those with a youthful spirit, a visit to or even stay at Balmer's Hostel is a must when traveling to Interlaken.
Well, Balmer's is the oldest private hostel of Switzerland. People are here to have fun at Balmer's. This is the place. Everybody is welcome here. Super crew, super food, and cheap and chic.
Okay, you've checked in and now you are ready to enjoy your visit to Interlaken. Oh wait, if you are enjoying this presentation on this network, you are probably hungry.
Interlaken as a center and the hub offers international kitchens from Pakistani to real Swiss food over Afghanistan, Indian, Chinese, Korean, American food. You have a very international crowd.
Okay, you're well fed. Now it's time to enjoy the many majestic sights Interlaken has to offer. Why don't we start with a visit to the lake to the east of Interlaken and take a leisurely boat ride along Lake Brienz. As you cruise down this waterway, you cannot miss the sweeping panoramic views of the lake and mountain chain tucked along the shoreline. Then set your gaze along the picturesque fishing villages and bewitching castles steeped in centuries of Swiss history. Contemplate the iconic Giesbach Falls as the water cascades down the mountainside into Lake Brienz, beside the historic Grand Hotel Giesbach, which was built in 1873 and had been a meeting point for emperors and kings, statesmen and diplomats, artists and poets. Renovated and reopened in 1984, the Grand Giesbach Hotel harkens back to the fairy tale castles from yesteryear. The voyage ends at the idyllic Swiss town of Brienz. and the crown jewel of this quaint rural village, the Ballenberg Open Air Museum.
The Swiss Open Air Museum Ballenberg is a unique museum in Switzerland. An open air museum is a concept. It has started up in Skansen, which is in Stockholm. We also opened our open air museum in Switzerland in 1978.
Open during the warm summer months, the outdoor museum welcomes no less than 1,000 visitors a day, with 250,000 guests every year. With buildings depicting Swiss life from the 1300s to the 1800s,
we represent the rural culture of Switzerland. We have over 100 original authentic farmhouses, so you will not see any houses or architecture from the cities. We show how they farmed, how they lived. Sometimes you can see on a house or on a garden how poor or how wealthy the person was. Our grounds is 66 acres. We have 2 entrances, an east and a west entrance, which are more or less 2 kilometers apart. We don't only have farmhouses, which are brought from their original place and brought here and built up again. We also have 250 farmyard animals. That's also very unique, that you can see all the farmyard animals we have in Switzerland on one place. And that makes the museum very, very living. And next to that, we also have crafts. We show at least 8 crafts a day. Culinary crafts like bread making, cheese making, chocolate making. In one house, there are sausages hanging. It's more or less 3,000 of them, which are hanging for more or less 3 weeks. They're getting smoked daily, and they are. They have quite the brand in Switzerland. They are very famous, and some people, I think, they come to Ballenberg also to get the sausage. We also have textile crafts like hat making, shoe making, or knitting, and all this kind of crafts.
Boy, that was fun. Well, we've returned to Interlaken, and now that we've enjoyed one of Interlaken's 2 cities on a lake, Brienz, let's go to the other one, Thun. That on the other side. Welcome back. Well, we've returned to Interlaken, and now that we've enjoyed one of Interlaken's 2 cities on a lake, Brienz, let's go to the other one, Thun.
You're here in Thun. That's a lovely little charming city in the Bernese Oberland, just by Lake Thun. Thun has a population of 43,000 people, and with this number, we are the 11th biggest city in Switzerland. Right here, you're in the Park Schadau. Here you have the castle of Schadau, which is right in the back of me. In this castle there live 3 families of the family de Rougemont, and today the owner of the castle is the city of Thun. Inside there is a very lovely restaurant, a posh restaurant. It has 78 rooms. Just back of this castle there is the Thun panorama. That is the oldest panorama which exists in the whole world. It has a height of 7 meters and is 38 meters wide. It has been painted in 1809 by the painter Mark Wadwocher, and he did it himself in 5 years' time. It shows the city of Thun in the 19th century on a Sunday morning. There are 360 persons in this picture. When then the photography came, and today there are only 29 panoramas left. Switzerland has 4 of them, and the panorama of Thun is the oldest panorama that exists in the whole world.
Now, not surprisingly, within these charming cities, plenty of charming shops where you can purchase charming gifts from your trip to Switzerland.
Interlaken offers a lot of international shopping, gifts and shops, mainly in the crafts and souvenir area, where you start out with international boutiques, watches up to 100,000 or even more, down to the local hand-knit finger gloves or hats, which will be available in the regional store.
And we cannot forget the Swiss chocolate. Everywhere you go in Interlaken, you will find sumptuous Swiss chocolate. Okay, we are not done with the soaring sights that Interlaken has to offer. This Swiss city sits at the base of the world-famous mountain trio, the Eiger, Monk, and Jungfrau. And the rail journey up this mountain chain is an experience in itself. Enjoy the stunning views as this tranquil 2.5-hour train ride traverses up the mountain while running literally and directly through the Eiger and the Monk, on your way to the top of Europe. Yes, the peak of Jungfrau, which is over 2 miles above sea level. Now, as you depart the train, you could walk or slide through the Ice Palace and view some of the awesome ice sculptures. Then take a step outside and wow.
Behind me you have a view to the Vosges Mountains in Belgium, so some 700 kilometers away. To the other direction we have southern Europe in front of us with the biggest glacier in the Alps, 20 kilometers long, up to 1 kilometer thick. So we're on the continental divide watershed of Europe. Nowadays it's an excursion ranked with international travelers, along with the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, Colosseum.
And how about this? The Jungfrau is so mesmerizing that 2 of the world's top athletes took an adventure of their own to the top of Europe and visited the peak of the Jungfrau. 3-time Olympic gold medalist and Switzerland's very own Dario Cologna, one of the best cross-country skiers of all time, and Olympic gold medalist and world record holder Asafa Powell from the island of Jamaica, one of the fastest athletes in the history of the discipline, engaged in a 100-meter race at an altitude of 11,332 feet. Cologna on skis, Powell on foot. Let's pick up the action.
It was very fun to do a race and for me on the snow. I think it was very special. I don't know if already. I think the first time skier against a sprinter, and it was a very good story. So for me it was great to be here, and it was for sure it was more fun. But both of us tried to be anyway a little bit faster. It was hard to keep the pace on the start, but after some meters I was a little bit faster, and it was quite inside time on the finish, so that was good.
Yep, in the end, in practically a photo finish, the skier beat the sprinter. Now that you have enjoyed the sky-high sights of the Interlaken area, it is definitely time to enjoy the adventures that this remarkable region has to provide. That on the other side. Welcome back to Interlaken, Switzerland in a nutshell. Now that you have enjoyed the sky-high sights of the Interlaken area, it is definitely time to enjoy the adventures that this remarkable region has to provide. Now, if you are seeking soft adventure, consider this.
We came here from Milano. We drove all the way to Milano in Italy, which is a nice city, but the nature is really, it's not pretty as here. So we decided on a really nice place to hike. It's really nice, having fun.
Indeed, exploring the Interlaken region on foot is a great way to discover its crystal clear mountain lakes and rivers, cascading waterfalls, and well-signposted mountain trails. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Whether you are hiking to idyllic mountain lakes, through quaint mountain towns, across alluring lunar-like landscapes, there is virtually no limit to the hiking paradise of the Interlaken region. And you can find plenty of mountain railways and cable cars to transport you to the starting point of all the most attractive routes. If you are seeking extreme adventure, consider this.
We are proud to be the adrenaline capital of Europe.
Interlaken and the Jungfrau region has it all, any time of the year.
We have 4 seasons. We start in winter time with skiing, and then also with ski touring. Also not with ski lifts, but you have to walk with skins on the skis, and then you walk on a mountain, and then you can ski down. And then in spring we start, early summer we start climbing, and then the best season for high mountains is in July, August and September, like now. And then in the autumn it's time for climbing in the south. For each level you find mountains, very easy ones, glacier walks, but then rock climbing, ice climbing, and then of course the Eiger North Face. We have 30 years ago we have the parachutes in the skies, this was new. Then the mountain bikes, but now we have the men with parachute, and they jump from the rocks, very crazy. And it's every year or every 10 years at least you have new things.
So let's break that down. In the winter, the Interlaken region is the perfect jumping off point for downhill skiing for all levels of skier. With what has been described as Europe's most dramatic mountain scenery, skiing in the Jungfrau region is downright breathtaking. But it's not just the scenery that will impress. The Jungfrau region offers superb skiing conditions with well-groomed and uncrowded slopes. The snow throughout the winter season is unmatched, with a combination of natural Swiss Alps snowfall and extensive man-made snow. And don't let the hype about skiing in the Swiss Alps intimidate you. The Jungfrau ski region offers slopes for all levels, with 33 beginner runs, 55 intermediate runs, and 22 expert runs. Now, if you enjoy cross-country skiing, whether classic or skate, the Jungfrau region offers over 11 miles of attractive courses through peaceful winter landscapes which appeal to every taste. And wait, if you have ever wanted to try the sport of curling, you've seen it played in the Olympics? The Jungfrau region offers multiple locations where you can give it a go. Now, if you travel with younger children, the region also boasts winter parks for the entire family to enjoy. And while you are reveling in the majesty of the Swiss slopes, you can also take some time to enjoy the mountaintop Swiss chalets, offering just the food, beverage, and ambiance you would expect during a visit to the Swiss Alps. Day or night, utilizing virtually any item that will glide along the snow, the Jungfrau ski region welcomes you to enjoy this mountain paradise. The Jungfrau Mountain Trio offers paths for sledding and tobogganing, as well as soothing, sunny winter walks. The mountain range provides trails for energetic cross-country skiing. Now, during virtually any time of the year, Interlaken's 2 lakes invite swimming, sailing, and scuba. The rivers equally welcome leisurely rafting rides or raucous river rafting along the river's roaring rapids. You can go canoeing and kayaking. The mountains invite simple or strenuous hikes, brisk or boisterous bike rides, zooming zip lines through wooded forests, and riotous rock climbs down various vertical faces. And of course, Interlaken's crystal clear air screams for skydivers, paragliders, and canyon jumpers. Boy, does Interlaken have a lot to offer. So when you are considering your next European vacation, it's Interlaken, Switzerland in a nutshell.